Yeah, so I was thinking about the patch, and I want to know what you guys think. What are you guys anticipating? What do you guys think Armor King is going to get? That's a big question of mine. Like, what's gonna happen with this character? Armor King here, I don't know. I actually don't know what they're gonna do to buff him. Actually have no idea, because he's been buffed to the moon already in season 4. So what more could they do with this character that just won't completely, like, you know, make him just too good? Let's look at Armor King real quick. What are his huge weaknesses, huh? They kind of eliminated most of them. The only thing I can see is probably making his jab have just a little bit more range. But this animation here is like, it's not much you can really do with it. That's not gonna make it look real silly. Yeah, his jabs are probably the worst thing in his repertoire. Like, it's like terrible stuff. But that's really it. I can't really think of anything else that they could do to really buff this character without making him just like, uh-oh, Knee's gonna pick him now and win 3 tournaments in a row. You know? So I have no idea what they're gonna do with this character. Hopefully it's within good taste. Yeah, this Armor King's jabs are not good at all. And plus he doesn't have a 1-1-2 that knocks down. Look at this. If he gets like a 1-2, because in some cases his 2-1 whips like as a punish, and he needs to do forward 1-2, 17 damage. That's really it. That's pretty bad. I think they could like do that and maybe Tombstone, make it a 0 on hit instead of -3. Because it makes no sense how like Armor King has the the OG Tombstone and it's only -3. So that's like that makes his rage drive like that much worse, right? Because you lose the rage when you hit with it. And if this doesn't kill, you're not in the advantage anymore. The opponent can like mash a get up kick and beat a lot of your options. See, if you go for any big mids, you get counter hit launched. You know, down forward 2, 15 frames. Like, why can't he do that? The kicks come out so fast to stop him. So I think they should definitely like buff the frames on Tombstone with this character, and just kind of increase the jab range just by like a tinge. I'm not talking about it hitting like right here. That would be crazy, right? Then he'll be Heihachi. Now I don't want him to get the Heihachi buff. Yeah, because after he hits with this, he doesn't get a lot of like options that are guaranteed to make contact with the opponent. I have Zafina here. She's the worst case of being able to like move out of stuff. But it's crazy. He's +7, but a down 4-1 is not going to like stop her from stepping. Like all of his really good mids that are uninterruptible, she can get around him. So he's just stuck at like down forward 4 and like down 4. See, he's got down forward 4. That should beat both options here. But it's just so minuscule, right? You want something that's like completely unavoidable, uninterruptible. He's got down forward 4, he's got down 4. Down 2 will trade with a jab. Yeah, down 2 will trade with a jab. So yeah, you don't want to do this. It's okay, but still, nothing big on counter hit, nothing big on regular hit. So it's really small stuff. Whereas other characters with their plus frames, they could do like more devastating stuff. That makes sense. But yeah, that's all I think Armor King needs in this patch. Just a little bit more jab range. I said like a tinge, just a tinge. I'm not asking for something crazy. Not something crazy. Just a tinge. Because his jabs are terrible. They are so bad. But and like Tombstone just making it neutral on hit and not -3. That's really it. I can't think of anything else that this character needs, because he's already like a super warrior. But yeah, that's stuff that I want Armor King to have. Just 2 things, because everything else is either like good enough damage wise or tracking or whatever, because we know what the character can and can't do at this point. I hope. But King, on the other hand, the one thing that King is pretty lacking at compared to the rest of the cast is simply his ball combo enders. That's all that I want. That's really all that I want. Like this here, just put a delay. Just put a delay on the last hit. That make the last hit delayable, so that it can get that chunky ground hit at the end of the wall slump. Yeah, because this 8 needs to be what, a 12 or 13. Then he can go from there. Yo, this is actually in some ways like a nerf to the frames, because when you hit someone on a ground slump, like pretty much on the ground, you're actually a little bit more negative. So that's going to hurt his Oki just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because right here is actually a tech roll and a little slump. Like if they don't tech roll, then they, you know, later they can get hit again with back turned like 3 or back turned down 3. But yeah, honestly, if he had a wall combo ender that wasn't escapable, that wasn't punishable on hit, like, you know, doing this here and they lay there and eat it and it's like weak damage, just like weak sauce, yo. Let me show you guys. Look at this. 11 and punishable on hit. He's punishable on hit from too much stuff. Yeah, this here. Punishable on hit. Punish. That's the only thing I want with this character. I don't, at this point, I don't care about the frames of you know, these terrible frames here. +1, +1, +2. I don't care about the frames. I don't really care about the frames of his lows, because we know with this character he's very strong, even with these lows, with the, you know, the horrible frames. I don't even care about the frames. I just want a wall combo ender. That's all that I want. Because right now, against King players, most people can get launched at half-life. Let's say they have half-life or just a little bit less. They can get launched and be thinking about their next move because they know the wall combo will not kill. And if he goes for something that will kill, it's breakable. Ground grabs, you know, ground grabs. Breakable. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't even care about the back one, Ferrata. Back one, it's got, you know, if anything has even a slight high evasive property, it's going to go under this move. It's linear. It's all of that, you know. But for 1 frame slower, you can have a much better counter hit launcher. 1 frame slower, we have a god move here. So I don't even care about back one like that. It does what it's supposed to do, but that's all that I want, like a wall combo ender. But we know we're probably not gonna get that. You know, we're probably gonna get counter hit tailspin immediately. Ah, you know, this animation here. What do you guys think? Since they're in the business of giving characters more counter hit launches and more tools, then that's what I'm thinking. That's something I do not want. Revert the nerf on figure 4? What do you mean what was the nerf? Are you talking about the ground grab? I agree, yeah, revert that. Why did they take a 33 damage escapable throw away from King to make it 28? When Marduk still has one that's 35 and one that launches. Make it make sense.